Hey guys, so today we're going to be testing standard Bring to Light, and we're going to see how it goes. Alright, this hand is manageable. It's definitely not perfect. That'd have to be a red-black, but it's definitely something, it's usable, so I'll keep this. Lead off with the Foothills, just because I know it's going to be kind of hard to get Flaying Tendrils on turn 3 right now, but I want to make that as possible as I can. So we're going to find a Smoldering Marsh. Okay, let's go for that. Alright, so Jace, a bit of a pain, but I suppose he's not the worst thing that could have happened. I actually can't even fetch a basic with Windswept Heath, so I cannot Murderous cut him this turn, which is a bit frustrating, but we'll go ahead and find Cinderglade for now, for the purpose of having Crackling Doom up. Otherwise, though, it looks like we're up against some sort of Esper control deck, either the Esper Walkers or Esper Dragons, either of which are a pretty tough matchup, especially when we're not getting the cards that we need. So expect this one to kind of go along. Our hand is really good if we draw into our next black source. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened yet. I think I'll try to Crackling Doom, I guess. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll Murderous Cut. Yeah. Okay. So, now I do know that he's on dragons for sure. That was a good piece of information there. I played an island this turn. One, to represent that I can counter things, and two, to allow myself to play my black lands that are going to come in tapped usually, so my black Tangle lands untapped, which will hopefully allow me to play Flaying Tendril sooner, which I would prefer to do over that's not a terrible draw, but I think I'll just go red, or red, white, black this way. Play Crackling Doom and kill his creature. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to get a flip Jace, but again, there are ways to deal with that. Unfortunately, his deck is most likely very well tuned to deal with the majority of the threats that I have in my deck. That seems strange. I would have wanted to keep that. Like, assuming he draws into a land, I would have wanted to play Slumgar this turn. Just had something that's huge to attack with. Okay. Roots, and that one's going to get taken. Painful Truths. So most likely looking for a second land. If it doesn't hit it, we're actually looking quite good. Okay, so he does have 2 mana up, probably representing Slumgar Scorn. I think I'm just gonna try to run out. Well, actually, let's just run out Siege Rhino. Does have any removal in his graveyard at the moment. And next turn I can swing for for 5 really with Lumbering Falls. I'll probably try to get close to killing Jace, get him down to 2, if I can. Of course, he does have 5 cards in hand, so it's very likely he'll be able to counter whatever I try to do. He can actually probably dig through time here and then find answers for everything, because that's what Esper Dragons tends to do. 3, 4, 5, Dragon Lord Ojutai. Okay. Nope, not 23. Okay. So, complete disregard isn't great. I am struggling at the moment with this. I'm going to find a second blue source. I think I'm just going to try to resolve Ojutai. And then I'll just pass. We are a little bit behind on cards in hand. That's partially just because of Jace, helping him find what he needs, getting a Painful Truths and all that stuff. So, do I really want to block here? Is the question at hand. I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm just going to let him get through, draw his card, and be on my way. Because if he doesn't have, like, an answer that kills both these guys and Lumbering Falls, then I think I'm doing fairly well. He's only got a 3-turn clock if he intends to continue attacking with Ojutai. Granted, I only have a 3-turn clock too, but let's see what he does in the second main. Hopefully he doesn't have Foul Tongue Invocation or anything like that. I think I just swing 9. Swing everything at him and see what he does in response. Okay, so Utter End Ojutai still takes 7. Okay, so kill the Rhino too. Okay. That was a pretty unfortunate exchange. But yeah, Dragon Lord Ojutai getting in is going to be the biggest problem for me, because it's going to give him card advantage, immense card advantage, and Shambling Vent will pretty much just probably do me in, because it will give him the life gain he needs to stay in this game. I'm just going to concede here. I drew another land. No purpose in playing that one out. So we'll bring in all of our counterspells. Duress. I think I'm going to bring in Infinite Obliteration and Pearl Lake Ancient. So that's 9 cards. We'll take out 1 Rhino. While Complete Disregard, Grasp of Darkness, and Flaying Tendrils are all good for dealing with Jace, I don't think that I want them for this game. So that brings me down to 4 more slots. Take out 1 Bring to Light maybe. Maybe I don't want the Infinite Obliterations, and maybe I can go without 1 Utter End, since I have the 2 Bring to Lights. We'll try that. Terrible. Okay. This is keepable. And that can be on the top. Okay, so trying to think of which way I want to lead off. I might just play my fetch lands and then not crack them until later. Now if I could get my Wooded Foothills and my Strand on the field, I'd have all 5 fetches at once. Which might be a little bit exciting. So at this point, it's just a waiting game. Both of us are just kind of sitting back because we are both control decks. Um, hmm. I'll in response Absent Charm. I don't really hit anything, so I'm just going to say okay. So it looks like my opponent is a little bit mana screwed. Um, Siege Rhino is going to put us in a little bit more in a winning position in this game. Doesn't quite secure a win, but definitely applies pressure. One, two, three, four, 5. Dragon Lord Salumgar? I mean, Ojai? So I'll go ahead and swing 4. And pass. He's going to try to flip Jace. And then probably bring back Painful Truths or something. He is really mana screwed. Never mind. He can't Painful Truths because he'd be dead. So he's got to reduce the power and toughness of Siege Rhino. Which, albeit, does give him a little bit of time. So swing 7 at him. He's going to try to Utter End Ojutai. So Lumgar's command works. So I'll take that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a duress. So I'll counter the spell and kill Jace. Yeah, that was pretty much game. He just had a really unfortunate hand. I think I'm going to keep it like this. This configuration was pretty good in that game. Granted, I mean... But I think I liked the way that felt. I felt like I was in control. This is a bit tricky. I have a negate and a tasker. And 5 lands. Granted, those 5 lands are all going to put me in a place where I can easily get the mana colors I need for the rest of the game, so I'm going to try this. And my deck chose to be unfriendly with me today. Jeez, man. Alright, go ahead and play my second black source. Two negates, that's not terrible. So my opponent joking that I sideboarded into mono black, which would be quite entertaining if I was able to do it. Okay. Cut isn't a terrible draw. I can deal with that. I didn't think he would start attacking with Shambling Vent this turn, but it would have been funny. Nope, I can't try that yet. I will wait. Give Cassiger one more turn. Okay. Doesn't hit a land drop that turn, which is good news for me. We can go. Let's see, black, white, green, red. So we need blue. If I want to bring to light, which I don't think I want to do this turn. I think I just want to go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Tasker. hold up negate. And if he's going to waste 2 spells on it, he wastes 2 spells on it, and that's fine with me. So I think he's more likely to try to like Murderous Cut it or Foul Tongue Invocation. Yep, there it is. I'll negate that. Like I said, though, he's got a lot of removal in this deck, so a card like Murderous Cut would not surprise me by any means. So Tasker could very much be dead. Okay. So he draws into a second Foul Tongue. But the good news is that Foul Tongue isn't hitting an Ojutai or anything like that. So we're not off to a terrible start. Now we're going to try to bring to light into Ojutai. So we need black, white, green, red, blue, I believe is what I said. Bring to light. View library. We'll grab our Dragon Lord Ojutai out. He does have 5 cards in hand, which is a little bit nerve-wracking. Okay, so he is going to have out Salumgar, which, like I said, is not exactly ideal, but it kind of means that we need to draw into a Crackling Doom, basically. It's our only out. If we do hit a Crackling Doom at some point, though, it will be dead. The other way of dealing with it is attacking into it and seeing if he wants to block. If he blocks, then I'll just Languish and kill both our creatures. Playing Tasker here isn't necessarily a bad idea. It's probably pretty smart. He's leaving 1 Foul Tongue in, so he can use Tasker's ability, try to kill Dragon Lord Ojutai. Personally, I think just running out Salumgar here is was the better option. Might just be me, though. Alright. So you get to view the top 3. Yeah, I'll take the second Ojutai. Move those to the bottom. And pass turn. Alright, so in a decent position here. I wouldn't say it's ideal, but being able to swing with Dragon Lord Ojutai each turn is pretty effective. And if he's not going to run out Slumgar early, I think that we have a good chance of winning. He must think that I'm running more copies of Crackling Doom than I actually am. Other end? No, dig through time. Alright. I really don't think he needs to work this hard for this. He could very easily just kill. Like, playing Silumgar really puts me at a halt because I can't really get in for damage, and he has the bigger butt of the two creatures. He's a 3/7 with hexproof all the time, as opposed to Ojutai, who's a 5/4 with hexproof a lot of the time. So, and Dig Through Time is very good. Like, he's very likely to run into one of his 4 Foul Tongues in the deck, and that's fine. But if he doesn't hit removal, then Dragon Lord Ojutai is going to hit him again, and I'll get to draw again, which just puts him further and further behind. I think that the right move for him is was just to run out that Slumguard to the Drifting Death a little bit earlier, and just have a huge blocker that I can't really deal with except for by killing my own creature. So, that's kind of where I am on it. I mean, Jace, okay. Okay, so another Mire. Not doing a whole ton for me there. Find a Marsh, maybe? I usually don't need more than 1 red, so I may as well just find the Sunken Hollow. Because more blue is generally better for me. Start combat, swing 5. Okay. Go ahead and feed the top 3 cards. Silumgar, take that. I'll run out Slumgar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then pass. Now, having both those on the field does give me an advantage. Because that means that I'm going to be giving his creatures -2/-2 when I attack. Which means I'll be killing Jace. If he has a Slumgar and I get to keep Dragon Lord Ojutai, I will kill his Slumgar if he blocks Ojutai, which means he can only block my Slumgar, which means he's taking 5 and I get a draw. So it's all about whether or not he draws into removal. If he draws into removal, his hand looks a lot better to me. If not, however, it seems unlikely that he wins. I also have the second Ojutai in hand, so I see it to be very likely that I'm able to get in damage with Slumgar this turn, and then play the second Ojutai next turn. Yeah. Okay, so there you have it. We beat Esper Dragons in 3. Very close game. Game 2 was kind of a fluke. He just got really mana screwed. But overall, fun games. Thanks for watching, and I hope you tune in next time.